Welcome to my channel. Today is best, top 3 coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. The 2019 Lowell, United States of America quarter dollar, P mint mark, is one of the coins issued under the highly popular America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021. This particular coin honors the Lowell National Historical Park located in Massachusetts, and it was the first quarter released in the year 2019. Carrying the P mint mark, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the major production facilities of the United States Mint. The Lowell quarter is a significant piece because it highlights America's industrial history, focusing on the textile mills of the 19th century and the important role of women in the workforce during that period. On the obverse, front side, the Lowell quarter features the standard design of All America the Beautiful Quarters, a portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. This design was originally created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate Washington's 200th birthday. Over the years, the portrait has been slightly modified, but it remains the enduring symbol of the quarter dollar. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions United States of America at the top, Liberty on the left, In God We Trust on the right, and quarter dollar at the bottom. On quarters struck at Philadelphia, the small P mint mark is found just to the right of Washington's ponytail, signifying its mint of origin. On the reverse, backside, the Lowell quarter features a design created specifically to honor Lowell National Historical Park, which preserves and interprets America's industrial past. The central image depicts a mill girl working at a power loom, a representation of the many women who worked in the textile mills during the early 19th century when Lowell was one of the most important industrial centers in the United States. Behind her, the Butt Mill Clock Tower rises as a recognizable landmark of Lowell, Massachusetts, while a large circular window frames the design, symbolizing the view inside a textile mill. Surrounding the scene are the inscriptions Lowell at the top, Massachusetts at the bottom left, 2019 at the bottom, and E Pluribus Unum at the bottom right. This imagery emphasizes the essential contributions of industrial workers, particularly women, to America's economic development. In terms of physical specifications, the Lowell quarter follows the standard format of All America the Beautiful Quarters. It has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a weight of 5.67 grams. Its composition is the familiar copper nickel-clad, outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving it a silvery appearance while being highly durable for circulation. The edge of the coin is reeded, which both deters counterfeiting and makes the coin easier to distinguish by touch. The mintage of the 2019 P Lowell quarter was relatively high as millions of coins were struck for circulation and collector sets. According to official U.S. Mint figures, more than 182 million quarters were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This makes it a common coin in everyday circulation, though uncirculated or specially struck versions, such as proof and silver proof quarters, are more highly valued by collectors. From a historical perspective, the Lowell quarter is particularly important because it commemorates not only a national park but also an entire chapter of U.S. economic and social history. The mills of Lowell represented the dawn of America's Industrial Revolution, and the depiction of the mill girl emphasizes the groundbreaking role of women in industrial labor. For many collectors, this coin serves as both a history lesson and a tribute to the working-class spirit that helped shape modern America. In terms of collector value, the Lowell quarter in circulated condition typically holds only face value, 25 cents. Since millions were struck, however, in uncirculated condition, MS-65 or higher, the coin can sell for a few dollars. Special mintages, such as proof versions from San Francisco, including clad and 90% silver proofs, are worth more, ranging from a few dollars up to $10.15 depending on quality. The most valuable Lowell quarters are those with mint errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws, which can sell for significant premiums among collectors. Culturally, the Lowell quarter has been praised as one of the most visually appealing issues in the America the Beautiful series. Its focus on women workers sets it apart from many other coins that highlight landscapes, monuments, or natural wonders. For that reason, it resonates not only with traditional numismatists but also with collectors who value coins for their representation of broader social history. In summary, the 2019 Lowell quarter dollar, P mint mark, is a coin that captures the essence of America's industrial and cultural history. With George Washington on the obverse and the symbolic imagery of a mill girl and the Butt Mill Tower on the reverse, it tells a story of labor, progress, and national heritage. Though common in circulation, higher-grade uncirculated proof and error coins are prized in collections. Beyond its face value, the Lowell Quarter remains a lasting reminder of the workers, especially women, whose contributions powered the nation's industrial rise. Next, the 2006 South Dakota $quarter P mint mark is one of the official coins issued under the 50-state quarters program, one of the most successful numismatic programs in United States history. Authorized by Congress in 1997 and launched in 1999, the program released 5 new state-themed quarters each year until 2008, honoring all 50 states in the order they joined the Union. The South Dakota quarter was the 40th coin released in the series, issued in 2006 to celebrate the state's unique history, heritage, and natural beauty. The inclusion of the year 1889 on the design marks the year when South Dakota officially became the 40th state to join the United States of America. On the obverse, front side, the South Dakota quarter features the traditional portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This design, originally created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932 for the Washington quarter, was slightly modified for the State Quarter series by artist William Cousins, who sharpened the details and adjusted the relief to suit modern minting techniques. The inscriptions surrounding the portrait include United States of America at the top, Liberty on the left, In God We Trust on the right, and $quarter at the bottom. The mint mark P for the Philadelphia Mint is located to the right of Washington's ponytail ribbon, identifying the place of production. The reverse, backside, of the South Dakota quarter is what truly makes it special. The central design features a detailed image of Mount Rushmore National Memorial, the iconic sculpture carved into the Black Hills of South Dakota depicting the faces of 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. This national monument is a symbol of American ideals, leadership, and democracy. Surrounding Mount Rushmore is the graceful flight of a ring-necked pheasant, which is the official state bird of South Dakota, chosen to represent the state's abundant wildlife and natural heritage. Additionally, stalks of wheat frame the design on both sides, symbolizing South Dakota's strong agricultural tradition and contribution to America's food production. Encircling the design are the inscriptions South Dakota at the top, 1889, the year of statehood, on the left, 2006, the year of issue, at the bottom, and E pluribus unum, out of many one. On the right, this imagery captures the essence of South Dakota: history, nature, agriculture, and patriotism all in one scene. In terms of physical specifications, the South Dakota quarter follows the standard for all U.S. quarters in the series. It has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a weight of 5.67 grams. The composition is a copper-nickel-clad alloy, outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This gives the coin its silvery appearance while retaining durability for circulation. The edge of the coin is reeded, a long-standing feature of U.S. quarters that helps deter counterfeiting and makes the coin easier to distinguish by touch. The mintage of the 2006 P South Dakota quarter was very high, reflecting the enormous popularity of the state quarters program and the need to distribute them widely across the country. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 245 million South Dakota quarters, making them common in circulation. The Denver Mint produced a similar number, ensuring nationwide availability. Additionally, special collector versions were struck in proof, clad, and silver at the San Francisco Mint, which are much scarcer and more valuable to collectors. From a historical perspective, the South Dakota quarter is not just a piece of money, it tells a story. Mount Rushmore, chosen as the central design, is a monument that represents not only the history of the United States but also South Dakota's unique role in shaping national identity. The pheasant highlights the importance of wildlife and hunting culture in the state, while the wheat represents farming as a backbone of its economy. By combining these symbols, the coin reflects the state's rich heritage and its contributions to America's history, nature, and economy. In terms of collector value, the South Dakota quarter is widely available in circulated condition and usually worth only face value, 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples in mint state, MS 65 or higher, can be worth $1 to $3, with particularly high-grade certified specimens fetching more. Proof versions, especially the 90% silver proofs, are more valuable, ranging from $5 to $20 depending on condition and demand. Error coins such as double die strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws are rare and can bring much higher prices at auction depending on their uniqueness. Culturally, the coin is important because it emphasizes the dual identity of South Dakota, a state rooted in American history, through Mount Rushmore and the year of statehood, and in natural and agricultural life, through the pheasant and wheat. It stands as a tribute not only to the people of South Dakota but also to broader American values of unity, leadership, and productivity. In summary, the 2006 South Dakota quarter dollar is a richly symbolic coin that celebrates the state's admission to the Union in 1889 while showcasing its most famous monument, its state bird, and its agricultural strength. With George Washington on the obverse and Mount Rushmore, a pheasant, and wheat on the reverse, the design is both patriotic and regionally meaningful. Although common in circulation, uncirculated, proof, and error varieties attract collector interest, ensuring its place in numismatic history. Next, the 2016 Theodore Roosevelt quarter dollar P mint mark is one of the coins issued under the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a historic series that ran from 2010 through 2021. This program honored 56 national parks and historic sites across the United States, one for each state, territory, and the District of Columbia. The Theodore Roosevelt Quarter was the fourth release of 2016 and the 34th overall in the series. It pays tribute to Theodore Roosevelt National Park, located in North Dakota, a site that preserves the rugged landscape that shaped the 26th president's conservationist philosophy. The coin not only commemorates Roosevelt's personal connection to the American wilderness but also highlights his legacy as the conservation president, whose policies created the foundation for modern national parks and public land protection. On the obverse, front side, the coin bears the standard portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This image, originally designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932, was slightly modified for the America the Beautiful Quarters series by sculptor-engraver William Cousins. Washington's left-facing bust is centered, surrounded by the United States of America at the top, Liberty on the left, In God We Trust on the right, and quarter dollar at the bottom. To the right of Washington's neck, the small P mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This obverse design remained consistent throughout the America the Beautiful series, unifying the program across all issues. The reverse, backside, is dedicated to Theodore Roosevelt National Park and features an image of President Roosevelt himself. The design, created by sculptor Joel Iskowitz and engraved by sculptor-engraver Phoebe Hemphill, portrays Roosevelt on horseback surveying the rugged terrain of the Little Missouri River Badlands. This depiction captures Roosevelt as he was during his time in North Dakota, where he retreated after personal tragedy and found solace and purpose in the natural world. The imagery reflects the landscapes that inspired him to champion conservation and the establishment of America's national park system. Surrounding the scene are the Theodore Roosevelt at the top, North Dakota at the bottom left, 2016 at the bottom, and E pluribus unum, out of many, one, at the bottom right. The artistry powerfully symbolizes Roosevelt's enduring connection to the land and his vision of preserving nature for future generations. In terms of physical specifications, the Theodore Roosevelt Quarter follows the same standards as all America the Beautiful Quarters. It has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a weight of 5.67 grams. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, consisting of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. Its reeded edge adds texture and helps distinguish it by touch from other coins of similar size. The mintage of the 2016 P Theodore Roosevelt Quarter was substantial, as the U.S. Mint produced tens of millions for circulation. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 231 million coins, while the Denver Mint struck a similar number. In addition, the San Francisco Mint produced limited quantities of circulation quality coins for collectors, as well as clad-proof and silver-proof versions for special sets. This ensures that while the coin is common in everyday circulation, special versions and high-grade examples are valued in numismatic collections. From a historical perspective, this coin is particularly meaningful. Theodore Roosevelt's time in North Dakota profoundly influenced his views on conservation. His experiences as a rancher and outdoorsman in the rugged Badlands shaped his belief in the importance of preserving America's wilderness. As president, 1901-1909, Roosevelt established the U.S. Forest Service, signed into law the creation of 5 national parks, designated 18 national monuments, and protected over 230 million acres of public land. By featuring Roosevelt himself at the very site that inspired him, the coin links his personal journey with his monumental contributions to conservation and American identity. In terms of collector value, the 2016 P Theodore Roosevelt Quarter in circulated condition generally holds face value, 25 cents. However, coins in uncirculated mint state, MS-65 or higher, typically sell for $1 to $3, while certified high-grade specimens, MS-67 or above, can fetch $10 or more depending on demand. Proof versions from San Francisco, particularly the silver-proof struck in 90% silver, are far more desirable and can range from $5 to $15 or higher depending on condition. Additionally, error coins such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet defects are rare but can command significant premiums in the numismatic market. Culturally, this quarter stands out among the America the Beautiful series because it does not simply depict a landscape or monument, but instead shows a person, the president himself, interacting with the land. This makes it unique and deeply symbolic. By including Roosevelt, the coin honors not only the park that bears his name but also the larger conservation movement he championed, a legacy that continues to shape U.S. environmental policy and public land management today. In summary, the 2016 P. Theodore Roosevelt quarter dollar is a powerful piece of numismatic art and history. With Washington's timeless portrait on the obverse and Roosevelt on horseback overlooking the Badlands on the reverse, it ties together America's past leaders with the enduring values of conservation and natural preservation. While common in circulation, high-grade proof, silver, and era varieties attract collector interest. Beyond its monetary worth, the coin is a tribute to Roosevelt's vision of safeguarding America's natural beauty for generations to come, making it one of the most historically meaningful issues in the America the Beautiful Quarters program. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.